investors have their attention fixed in today's on the 190 billion naira bond auction scheduled for Monday. Meanwhile, Nigeria plans to issue its dollar-denominated domestic bond next week as it hopes to raise 500 million from local and foreign investors. Emmanuel Orji, Treasury Team Member at Axis Bank, joins me now for more market movements. Thank you so much for your time, Emmanuel. Let me get your take on that dollar bond for Monday and how our investors positioning.
Hi, Kenneth. Thanks for having me. So on Monday, like you well said, the dollar bond will be opened to both the domestic investors and also diaspora investors as well. So on yesterday, we saw the DML hold an investors call where they kind of gave us the breakdown of the dollar bond, 500 being issued. The offer will be open for 10 days. So we'll definitely be seeing more activities there. And obviously from the appetite from the markets, we're getting some questions from investors, both local and domestic and foreign as well, to that bond offer. So we'll definitely be seeing some strong subscription at that auction.
Quite a lot playing out there, but then let me get your thoughts as well on the August bond auction as well. 190 billion on offer as well.
Yeah, so the FGN will also be offering 190 billion across 3 maturities, 70 billion on the 2029s and 2031s, and 50 billion on the 2033s. This is a reduction from the previous bond auction in July, where they offered 300 billion. So we're beginning to see some knee-jerk reaction in the market on the back of that. We've seen the 2033s, which the offer was slashed by half, trade as low as 21.4, where it closed at 21.98 at the previous auction. So definitely you'll be seeing some strong interest, giving the signal that the federal government are not looking to borrow as aggressive as they have been in the domestic market.
Yeah, the other issue I'd like to bring up as well is the liquidity we're seeing in the space. And I'd like you to speak to what we're seeing play out this week and what your outlook is for the rest of the quarter.
Okay, so for liquidity, we started the week on a negative note. I think we were short roughly 500 billion. But however, we've seen some inflows coming during the week that have taken markets slightly positive to 20 billion. Looking at next week, we'll be expecting some massive inflow, over 300 billion from coupon payments, and as well as the FAC allocation as well that will most likely come in next week. So we expect to see some robust system liquidity, barring any OMO auction that will take out that liquidity next week.
Interesting times here, but inflation printout came out yesterday. We're seeing the first decline in about 19 months there. And I'd like you to speak to that printout and also the likely policy response we could get from the monetary policy authorities.
Yeah, so I think the printout was quite positive, at least for everybody, even the average Nigerian, seeing inflation finally ease after 2 months of persistent increase. So we definitely will be seeing some normalization in the monetary policy at the September meeting. Obviously, the main fight has been to ease inflation, and now that we're beginning to see that, we definitely expect to see some change in the monetary policy posture. It's worthy to know that the major reason for this ease in inflation was the food inflation, and we expect this to persist as the base effect continues to kick in and drag inflation lower. So we might not see a cut at this September MPC meeting, but we'll definitely be looking at a hold at the September MPC meeting.
All right, there are definitely interesting times ahead. We'll definitely be keeping an eye out to see how that plays out. Emmanuel Orji there, Treasury Team Member at Axis Bank.